Welcome back, everyone, to the Temple of Technology. I am your host, Scott James Magner, the idiot with a microphone. And today I am not gaming or reviewing a DVD. I'm actually making a DVD cover. And so for those who don't know, I like to take things out of one size box and put them in another size box. It's one of my big fan hobbies. And a lot of times I will do things like take a DVD from a larger case and put it into a smaller case. But sometimes I need to consolidate multiple DVD releases into one case, which is what I'm doing today. I'm using a variety of software programs for that, and to do that, we'll need to go to the unboxing room. You see, I've deployed the unboxing camera right back in here, and here's what I'm doing. So, over the years, I've acquired a few of these Kevin Smith comedy concerts, Evening with Kevin Smith, and they all come in different kinds of cases, which makes it annoying for a collector like myself. But at times you can make your own case, which is what I'm going to be doing today. So first up, we'll go with the original, and you see kind of what I have to deal with. So this is called a Digipack. It's got a cardboard sleeve on the outside. It's got, printed art here and stuff, but inside here we have information about the disc, and then on two foldouts, information here. So it's a bunch of different ways that we can go about uh, breaking this down, and I'm gonna do it fast and easy today. I can do it hard, like Tina Turner. We can go fast and hard, or we can go slow and easy. And we're gonna go slow and easy a little bit. So I'm gonna flatten this out as much as I can so that we can see what we've got going on. And it looks like I'm best off yeah, I can do this. This would be the best cover, I think, for everything. Since it's generic, it's not tied to a specific release like this one is, and we'll be able to do this. So what I'm going to do is behind me here, I've got my scanner, and I'm going to go over to my scanner and scan this in, and I'll show you how that process works. Assuming I can turn this camera off. All right, here's my scanner. I'll get up and I'll scan this in. Because I've got an irregular shape for the DVD case, I needed to put a little piece of cardboard in there to flatten it to get the best scan possible. So let's do an initial scan and we'll see how it comes up. This is the basic scanning app for Windows. I don't do anything special with that. That's my printer there, the HP NV Photo 7100 series. I like this printer a lot. It's got a great scanner. It's got it photo prints, which I need a lot for what I do for my particular hobby to make these DVD inserts. And the scanner is really, really good. And so with this initial bit, I'm going to scan in the DVD cover. Again, I'm not selling any of this. I'm just making this for my own personal use. All right, and now we're going to switch this over here to should show me my scan that's open right. I don't know why it's not showing me that. Oh, give me the. That's not what I wanted to do at all. All right. Maybe I'm just gonna have to switch to that window. Cancel that. All right. So there we go. That'll work. Oh, no. I'm getting ahead of myself there. Come on now. This is the one I want. Okay. So clearly, we've got an up and down image, and I don't want to work with an up and down image, so we're going to rotate that. And the way we do this is we go into the editor. All right, we're going to give it a quick rotation, crop and rotate, which is what we want. And rotate it like so. And we'll just take in the image a little bit like this. And this is what's going to be the exterior of my DVD cover. This is Stephen Kevin Smith. Got it doesn't have a lot of extra information, but in general, all the information we're going to need is going to be on the inside of the disk or online. But this is what we want. We want to save this. Save as copying. Right? Beginning with Smith cover. Save that as a PNG in my working folder, and then we're good to go. But we're not done yet, because this is just the exterior, what we need. I'll drop that down there. We're going to need to do another scan, because we need to get two other covers involved in this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to capture this part here, this data here. And I kind of want to do the back covers, but I think in general, just this will be here, because this is our goal. We're going to put it in this. I've already got the disk transferred to this DVD case. Each of these is a 2-disc set. I've got the sets here. So I really just need to capture what is where. And I'm going to save these. I'm going to save these. If I ever want to get rid of the disk, I have a box where I keep all of these inserts. And they're flat. They don't take up a lot of space. And it works out well for me. What I'll end up doing here is I'll flatten this. I'll flatten this. Like so. If I ever need to get rid of this, what I'll do is I will simply grab a 2-disc case, put it in there, and I'll print out the image that we just scanned in so that we've got it to go. All right, so now I'm going to scan these inserts so I can capture this data. We'll start with this one. And we've got a bit of a crease in these. They don't always lay flat. So like before, we're going to go I put a little piece of cardboard in there. You'll see it in the scan. I have a viewer. Who's viewing me? I'm viewing me. Oh, well. I really make this for myself anyway. Not that big of a deal. All right, we've got a good scan. Again, we'll use the designer to prop it down and clean it up. But this time, since I'm keeping the paper, I don't need all of this image. I just need a bit of it. We're going to crop it as close as we can. To just the front. All right. And it doesn't need to be perfect. Evening with Ken Smith 2. And we'll repeat that process with the third cover. So if you're wondering why the paper inserts had a little crease in them, it's because all that scanning will head back to. It's because I like to put larger DVDs into thinner cases like this, right? So sometimes that necessitates printing a special cover, whatnot. But this is essentially, it's got 2 discs on the inside. It's very slim. This is, in fact, a 4mm case rather than the 14mm case that we've got here with everything in it, right? So 3 4mm cases is technically 12mm, and it goes in a smaller space than this one big one. But since I want them all in a single case, I need to make a cover insert for this. All right, that finished scanning, so let's go back over there. Do this same cropping procedure. Again, we're just capturing the front art because it is going to be an interior poster. That's all we need it to be, is an interior poster. It doesn't need to serve as a DVD cover itself. I just need a little bit of it. I'll do what we did before. Only now it is free. Okay. All right. That's done. We're done with my scanner for right now. Go back out of these. Now, we're not done with the printer. We're going to use this printer again, but if we're going to use it to print out what we're working on rather than scanning. All right. So I've already got my image manipulation program queued up here. So this is GIMP. GIMP stands for GNU Image Manipulation Program. It is a free-to-use program. It is essentially a Photoshop replacement. It does all the things that Photoshop will do, but it's free, and you don't have to pay that license fee every month. It is it's shareware. You can do what you want. Now, in addition to having downloading custom DVD covers from some sites, which I pay for, sometimes I can pay for a template like I've done here. And these templates weren't all that useful to me because what I was making covers with before was Microsoft Paint. And Microsoft Paint is not a great program for this sort of thing, but it also, it has limitations that Photoshop doesn't and GIMP doesn't. So what I've done here is I've made a back layer, which is essentially just a white sheet of paper. Give me the edges on the outside that I want, so that when I cut the DVD cover, it covers properly. And this is the dimensions and spine that I want for my DVD cover. I've already tested this out. I know what I need to do to get this in here. And what I want is to take the first scan that I did and pull it in here as this layer. So I believe what I need to do is import as a layer. Import an image as a layer. Come on, you can do it. File. Open as layers. That's what I want to do. All right, so I want to do the cover that we did. This PNG right here. And I want to fit it to the template that we've made. It's right there. It's almost exactly what I need. I can remember how to do this. I have to select the layer, and I can manipulate it. I should be able to manipulate it. What am I doing wrong? Not doing it right. I'll tell you that. I mean, that'll technically work for what I need done. I just want to have those trims on the edges. So I want to pull it in just a little bit. I just want to resize it. I'll do that again. It's been a minute since the last time I did this, so bear with me. There we go. What I want to do is I want to small it. Did I do that? I didn't do what I wanted. Oh, what I want to make it is 320 by 275. That's what I want. Okay. scale the layer. All right, so what I want to make it is the same dimensions as this other layer. So 3240 by 2175. Which will make it the exact same. Yeah, like the exact same as the layer that I've got before, which means that we don't need that layer anymore. But we'll keep it there for right now. All right, so this will be the outside cover, just like this. So I'm going to save this the way it is. Save as, copy. I want to save this as a PDF, don't I? No, I'm good, just like that. Yeah. Should be able to do that. All right, so evening with Smith exterior. Save. Right. Then let's make sure it's saved, and then I can open the file. Where would that have saved? Where did it save? Should have saved in there. All right. I want to be able to. Maybe I want to save this as. What do we got here? Where do we do this? How do we do the last one? This is a PNG file. All right, so I need to save this as a PNG file, like this one. This is the last one I worked on. This is also a PNG file. I'm going to save it as a PNG file. I want to do that. I need export, don't I? I need to export. That's what I should do. I need it with a microphone. What can I say? Export as. There we go. Export as. Right there. Export as PNG image. Export. Say yes to all that. I should have flattened it first, shouldn't I? We'll do it later. All right. Should be right here. Look at that. Be able to open that up. All right, I can print that right now. Would be good. Excellent. So that's what we want to do. But the next thing I want to do is I want to pull in those other two scans I did as the left and right interiors. And so we will the same thing. We'll import an image. There's layers. And we know that we've got this right here. Open that. And I want to move that to the left. I want to move it. Why doesn't it let me do it? Why am I an idiot with a microphone, I ask you? I want to drag it. Select it. I want to pull it over there. Yeah, that's what we want. Oh, we want to do the whole thing. Come on. No, stop that. I barely know what I'm doing on the best of days, and this is not one of those, clearly. But I don't think it's going to do what I want. It didn't do what I want. Why is this not working the way I think it should work? Let's go to the internet. Activate the Move tool from the toolbox by clicking the crosshairs icon or tapping M on your keyboard. All right. M. In the Layer dialog box, click on the layer group you wish to move, which is this one. And it can move the layer group to another image by clicking and dragging it. Okay. Oh, look at that. I just need to not be an idiot, and we would be fine. I was an idiot before, huh? We'll just center that up there. It'll be nice. Give a little bit of that orange around it. Makes it pretty. All right. And we're going to do that. We're going to import another image. Open this a layer. That third one. Candidate 4. Okay. And we'll do the same thing with that. So we've got the Move tool open. And I'm not worried about how pretty it is. I'm not going to be posting this online. I'm not going to share this with the world. I'm just going to print it out and fold it up and put it inside this DVD. So there, that's the interior we want. And we'll keep that spine, right? So we know what we're dealing with. Export as, do a PNG again. This be the interior rather than exterior. And yes to all that, because that's what we want. What I really, really want. Go here and we'll make sure that it worked. Did it work? It did. Okay. Now I've got two templated. I've got an exterior and an interior. What I want to do is I want to print these. Get rid of that. We don't want that. what I want to do is I want to print these in black and white first, and then I'll do it in pretty. So other options, we want to print. We don't want to fit picture to frame, since it's already the right size that we want. But we want to do two-sided printing. So we'll go to our options. Two-sided printing. We're going to flip on the short, either the long, flip on the short edge, I think. Off print quality draft. And I don't want to use my color ink. Oh. We do want to print in grayscale. Okay. Perfect. Look at that. Back and forth. So I'm just going to hit print and we'll see what happens. And if this works and if it's the right size, we will print out this black and white copy and then we will do a color copy. So we're going to have to go back here to the unboxing theater. Hooray. Okay, I've got my favorite tool in the universe, my leveling straight edge. It keeps me in mind of how big things are and where they have to be. I can hear the print going on. You can see it printing right here in the background. I do like my printer. It's a cool printer. So I don't think, no, it did do what I want. Look at that. So here's the front. And there's the back, exactly how we want it to be. What I really should have done, though, these need to be switched. Oops. So let's do that. Luckily, I used the black and white one. Go back to here. We'll just swap their positions. So you always print black and white first. Eyeball it. I'm going to do a lot. Okay. Yep, I'll do what we want right there. Let's export that. I'm going to pick the same file name as before since we're replacing that file. We do want to replace it. And then we'll run that print job again. See here, they have switched positions. That's still fine. So we will do exactly what we did before. We're going to print these out. I'm feeling bold. I think I can do this the right way. Got the flip on short edge. We're going to go for best. Going to go for I'm going to be printing on color. I'm going to be printing on photo paper. All right, I have to actually load the photo paper. All right. There it says photo paper. Don't want to fit the frame. Now I got to load the paper. But I was paying attention to how this came out before. It came out with that first and the glossy second. So I have loaded it so that the gloss will print second. And we're going to cross our fingers that this will work. You can see where we got the right size. So I'm going to cut this piece of paper anyway, just so we can use our paper cutter. Oh yeah, it's right here. I do love my paper cutter a lot. It's a cool paper cutter. I bought it specifically to do what I'm doing right now, which is make DVD inserts. I've made a lot of inserts over the last few years. It ripped. Look at that. I hate it when it rips. I really hate it when it rips like that. Essentially, you're wasting a piece of paper. Final one won't be as ripped. Of course, it'll be much nicer. Wow. We're just going to have to use scissors on this, aren't we? Yeah, that's no good at all. You know, we've got scissors. I think I just need to replace the blade on this. But you get a sense of how this will work when I put it in. Part of it's that the, regular paper is just a little shitty. But we got plenty of room around the edges there. I could have gone a little bigger on it, but we'll be fine. And this is all recyclable, so I'll just recycle that. Ink has to dry a little bit. You use a lot more ink when you're doing color. You don't want to smear and get all your print heads first up. Well, hey, Wes. See you lurking. How's it going, man? You'll just watch anything I do, won't you? I appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it. Plus, arts and crafts are fun. Can't believe it. Oh, it went the wrong way. It printed the wrong way. I was so sure that I'll get this done the right way, and it printed backwards. But since this paper isn't glossy on both sides, I got to run this job again just to be sure. I mean, look at it. It's pretty glossy, everything on, but this is not what I wanted. We wanted this. So what I'm going to do, believe it or not, is I'm just going to let this slide the way it is. And I'm going to leave this interior like that and this cover like this. Why not? Doesn't hurt anything. Even with Kevin Smith is the important part right there. So I'm going to cut this up. And we're going to try to do this the right way this time. I'll line this all up. If it rips, it rips, but I don't think it's going to rip. Oh, I make a good cutting sound. I liked how that cut sounded. Hey there, Great Wombo Chicken. I appreciate you coming. Oh, look at that. You keep that constant pressure on there and it cuts just fine. Go figure. You know, I'm not gonna chance it for these short edges. I'm gonna use scissors for that. I mean, as much as I like my paper cutter, I got Mark 1 Arts and Crafts right here. And this is going to be slightly smaller than I thought it would be. Not sure why that worked like that. I think I used the wrong template for my initial image. If I'd used a slightly larger template, I feel I would have had the proper sizes. But it's good enough to fit on my shelf. And that's what we want to do. We want to put stuff on my shelf. I grab it down and watch the DVDs when I watch the DVDs. And everyone is happy, especially me. All right. Look at that. Pick off a little bit of the schmutz here. Get rid of my hanging chads. Uh-oh. Well, we're almost done. Maybe I'll wait till you get back. Send you a message there. Oh, noes. One thing you know you can do, you can always just watch this on the VOD after we are done with the live stream. And this will go to YouTube as well. Be part of my YouTube channel. All right, so there we go. Took about 45 minutes start to finish. Obviously, it's another 5 minutes of taking the DVDs out of cases and putting them in other cases. But the spine's going to line up right there. Look at that. Even with Kevin Smith. Right there on the outside. Just the front, the back, and the interior. Got Kev's face all over it. Were I less of an idiot, this would be the glossy outside and everything else would be the inside, but we did that. We did it. It was awesome. So, give you an idea of the the size savings and how this looks on the shelf. Got a couple empty DVD cases here. So I'm just going to put these inserts back in these cases. The sound of paper shuffling on plastic for all of you ASMR fans. Come on, get in there. Here we go. And we'll fold these back together very briefly. All right, so originally, this is why we have the ruler. Originally, this took up 2 inches of space. Roughly 500 millimeters. So now, our new happy case takes up half an inch of space, if that. Got 14 millimeters versus 3 times 14 millimeters. The giant savings of space that we do there. And more importantly, the savings over what I was doing, because I had these 2 DVDs in these 2 cases, and I was taking up this much space on the shelf, right? Essentially, I've removed this for that, and now I can fit 2 more DVDs on the shelf. Because I'm an idiot, but I taught myself how to use GIMP and Photoshop, and I'm just used to this production process. It's clearly a custom case. It works for me. I'm not going to be sharing it online. All I need to do is put this on the shelf. And the last one I did worked out even better. So I got a nice, it's a DVD transfer of a Laserdisc for On the Air, which was a show that David Lynch and Mark Frost did after they did Twin Peaks, right? And it is one of the crappiest bootleg DVD cases you could possibly have. There's just this typeface there is awful. The images are spot on. It's not worth the $10 you pay for it, right? So rather than try to recreate this for the better image, I went and I found better images. I went to find the images for the VHS tape. So I went back to the VHS tape, found the cover of the VHS, found the back of the VHS. I had a great Sunday teaching myself how to manipulate images in GIMP to take a scan that I found on eBay and move it this way and this way and that way. So I got a nice spot there. I know how to do this, right? Which is put this out there and whatnot. But more importantly, I know how to do this too. I made my own interior with quotes a quote from David Lynch, cast list here. I really took the time to do this right. And I didn't want to burden everyone with how much I sucked at Photoshop when I did this one. But now that I know how to do it, you could all see exactly how much I suck at Photoshop. It's still a crappy video on demand. But I've got this, right? Instead of this. And that's the goal. To have things look pretty and have them take less amount of space on the shelf. So that's it. That's my stream. Thank you for coming out. I really appreciate you two supporting me in all aspects of life, not just on Twitch, but you two are good friends, and you're always there to help me. So go back to the main string. Here I am, the idiot with a microphone, as advertised. This has been... Come on, there it goes. Making a custom DVD insert. I will have a great evening. Thank you so much. I don't know why the chat wasn't showing up on the other page. Oh, because I didn't enable the chat box on the unboxing page. I should do that. I should put the chat box on the unboxing page. It should be. Oh, I know why. All right, look at that. The chat box is way over there. It should be here. The chat box should have been there the whole time. Yeah, that's what the chat box should have been, but it's not. There we go. It should have been there. All right. We live, and that's what this is all about. It's about learning how to do cool stuff, sharing it with the internet, and, being not a loser. We'll work on that. We'll work on being not a loser later. But for now, I have been the idiot with a microphone. Thank you very much. If you want to support... That's really weird. If you want to support the stream, why not support me instead and buy some books? arsentertainment.com. Ars Entertainment, rather, is a small press that I have formed to help get authors into print. Both myself and others who just haven't been well served by mainstream publishing or even small press publishing. We are a progressive publisher who focus on independent authors and the stories that we tell. If you go to arsentertainment.com, you can get books of all sorts of things: space opera, dark fantasy, high fantasy. There's even books of horror poetry there. And you can get a free book written by myself, Scott James Magner. Homefront, my 2014 science fiction novel. The ebook is free. All you have to do is say, I want an ebook, fill out the information, and download it right there. Well, that's my pitch, and that's been my stream. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. It's a wonderful Sunday. It's dinner time. I think I'm going to go do that. My stream is ending. Y'all should have a great rest of your day.